5. Busting unconscious bias. What the heck is unconscious bias? You might have heard the term unconscious bias floating around, but what exactly is it? Well, let's think of it this way. It's like having a little helper in your brain that makes quick judgments and assumptions about people based on past experiences and societal norms. These biases can be positive or negative, but oftentimes they're based on stereotypes and can lead to unequal treatment. Here's the catch. These biases happen unconsciously, which means we're not even aware of them. But the good news is, once we're made aware of our biases, we have the power to challenge and change them. So let's start by being more mindful and recognizing that we all have unconscious biases. The more we work on understanding and overcoming them, the more inclusive and equitable our relationships and workplaces can become. How these sneaky biases can sabotage our workplace. Here tease a fable. Hootie's wake-up call. How two friends busted biases at Happy Company. Once upon a time, there was a multinational corporation called Happy Company where a diverse group of employees worked together in the central office. There was Cindy, the savvy salesperson, Hootie, the wise HR owl, and Tim, the tech whiz. One day, Hootie noticed that despite the diversity of gender, age, and race in the office, biases were still affecting equity and inclusion. He decided to bring attention to this issue and started asking difficult questions to each of the other characters. To Cindy, he asked, "Why do you always interrupt Tim when he's presenting his tech solutions?" Cindy replied, "I just get so excited about the potential of his ideas. Plus, I've always been told that as a salesperson, I need to be confident and assertive." Hootie then asked Tim, "Why do you often shy away from speaking up in meetings, even when you have valuable insights to share?" Tim replied, "I've been taught to respect my elders and those in higher positions, plus I'm afraid of being seen as rude or arrogant." Hootie then asked both Cindy and Tim to reflect on how their actions might be perpetuating biases in the workplace and hindering equity and inclusion. The two friends realized that they were unconsciously perpetuating biases and started to make changes in their behavior. They also encouraged their co-workers to do the same, and soon the office culture shifted to one that celebrated differences and valued all perspectives. The moral of the story is that even the most well-intentioned individuals can unconsciously perpetuate biases, but by recognizing and actively working to challenge these biases, we can create a workplace that truly celebrates differences and promotes equity and inclusion. Tools and tricks for breaking free from unconscious bias. Let's talk about tools and tricks for breaking free from unconscious bias. We all have biases. It's just a natural part of being human. But sometimes these biases can get in the way of our work, especially when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, DE&I. So how do we break free from them? First, it's important to understand what unconscious bias is and how it works. Basically, it's when we have automatic thoughts and assumptions about people based on things like their race, gender, age, etc. These biases can be learned from our upbringing, experiences, and the media. Let's talk about some simple yet effective ways to break free from unconscious bias. Awareness. The first and foremost step is to simply be aware of your biases. You can do this by paying attention to your thoughts and reactions and asking yourself why you feel a certain way. For example, if you find yourself judging someone based on their appearance, take a moment to reflect and think about where that thought is coming from. Education. Learn more about different cultures, races, and backgrounds. This can broaden your perspective and challenge your biases. Try reading books, watching documentaries, or attending workshops on topics related to DE&I. Seek out diverse perspectives. Surround yourself with people who have different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives than you do. This can be as simple as reaching out to someone new at work or taking the time to listen to someone's story. Take a break. When you find yourself making an assumption, take a step back and pause. Ask yourself, is this really true? You may be surprised at how often our biases can cloud our judgment. Practice empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes and try to understand their experiences and perspectives. This can help you build a deeper understanding and appreciation for others and reduce the impact of unconscious biases. For example, if you have a colleague from a different culture, try to ask them about their experiences and perspectives. Breaking free from unconscious bias takes time and effort, but with these tools and tricks, you'll be well on your way.